Well, hello. This devotion is for Tuesday, the 11th of August. I've had a very strange, bad day yesterday and a hard last night, so I apologize that I look a little rough today. My smiler for you is this. Do you know what kind of footwear is made out of banana peels? Answer, slippers. Boy. My announcements today are all over the place. Liam Walker, brand new baby, I don't think he's 2 weeks old, who was hospitalized because his bilirubin went out of whack, got home. Well, he was rushed back to the hospital and they rushed him by ambulance down to Blank Children's in Des Moines because his blood oxygen level is way too low. I don't know what his condition is right now, but he's in good hands. Today is Tuesday the 11th, and the Alden Pool closes on this coming Friday. So you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday until 5 o'clock to swim. And then interestingly enough, the water that's in the pool is being used by the local fire departments as they burn down the building that used to house Ackerman Lumber. On the 16th, this coming Sunday at 4:30 in the afternoon, Karen Oliver is being ordained into the Christian ministry. That service will be a virtual service. It'll happen in the park. And I'm not sure what's going to happen if it rains, but we'll worry about that on Sunday if it rains. The 23rd, the next Sunday after that, at Alden at 9:30 in the morning, we've got confirmation, and we've got 10 confirmads who are going to be inducted into the church. That's a good thing. 2 days after that, Iowa Falls Alden starts their school. So please be careful as you're driving and watching people move around the streets and all that. Yesterday, somewhere between 8 o'clock and noon, a derecho, which I'd never heard of until yesterday, which is a high wind storm. They're called dry hurricanes. Went through down around La Grande and went through part of Marshalltown and went right down through the middle of Pilgrim Heights. And the director, when he called me in the afternoon to tell me what happened, he was just really shook. We've lost over 100 trees. Some of the trees are leaning up against buildings. There's shingles all over. The tree that was in the playground fell over and crushed both pieces of the playground. And there's a group of 3 or 4 of us going over there tomorrow to check out and see how bad the damage is, but it's rough. I'll keep you apprised about that as we go. There were campers over there staying, and thank God nobody got hurt. A lot of people got scared, but nobody got hurt. Okay. My thought for the day, my Christian thought for the day from this little book called God's Little Instruction Book is this. Speaking of oak trees, the mighty oak was once a little nut that stood its ground. And Proverbs 12 verse 3 says this. A person shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. And my story for today, I wish I could tell you this was my story. Something close to it happened to me, but I just want to share this with you. I was living in Chicago a few years ago and going through what was a particularly cold winter, both in my personal life and in the outside temperature. One evening I was walking home from a bar where I had been drinking alone, which is always a dangerous thing to do, feeling sorry for myself, which is also a dangerous thing to do, when I saw a homeless man standing over an exhaust grate in front of a department store. He was wearing a filthy sports coat, He was very underdressed for the weather and approaching everyone who passed by asking for handouts. Well, I was way too immersed in my own troubles to deal with him, so I crossed the street to the other side. As I went by him, I looked over and saw a businessman come out of the store and pull a ski parka out of a bag and hand it to the homeless man. For a moment, both the man and I were frozen in time as the businessman turned and walked away. Then the man looked across the street at me. He shook his head very slowly, and I could tell that he was crying. Not just crying, he was sobbing. It's the last time in my life that I've ever been able to disappear into my own sorrow and overlook someone else's condition. My mama used to tell me when I was a little boy, and she'd say, Bobby Allen, just remember some of the wisest things you'll ever learn will come from places where you couldn't dream that it could come from. You and I are immersed in a lot of stuff right now. Feeling sorry for ourselves is one of those things. Found out today that there's no Big Ten football this fall. I know that that's going to put a lot of people into a deep funk. But I want to remind you all, there are people in this country who are hungry. There are people in this country who have lost their homes and this winter are going to be living in their cars and living in the street. So please think about those people as you go about your life, as you think about where you're going to put some of your Christmas money, what you might do to help someone else out. Be a blessing and be like God. Let us be at prayer. Oh God, we are sustained by Thee, and every so often we need a reminder from all different kinds of places that our job is to look out for the other and not just look out for ourselves. As we learn this, as it goes inside us, as we cogitate this, help us, Lord, to know that it's true and that we're to be about the business of looking out for the other, not just for ourselves. We ask this in your grace, in your power, and in your peace. Amen. God love you. See you tomorrow.